there. Welcome to the third monthly recap of the fifth cohort of the Kashim Ibrahim Fellowship, also known as the Class of Phoenix. My name is Olorunishola Abe, and on today's episode, I, alongside my colleagues, Praise Amavi Agbe and Aruna Yusuf Aliyu, will be sharing highlights of our KIF November activities with you. In November, we had a session on Nigeria's pre-independence history, 2 speaker series sessions, 2 brown bag meetings, local government tours, and our second quarter seminar. You don't want to miss it. Hi, Aruna.
Hi, Shola.
November at KIF started with Mr. Aswe Igodalo's session on Nigeria's history. Would you like to tell us about it?
Sure. Mr. Igodalo took fellows on a journey through Nigeria's history from pre-independence to post-independence, highlighting the key players in these periods and the decisions that have shaped our nation. His session expanded my mind and has challenged me to read broadly about Nigeria to enable me to take better informed positions on issues bothering our country and profile workable solutions. I particularly liked his response regarding the heightened search for greener pastures among Nigerians. He emphasized the need for hard work, intentional and strategic leadership across board to enable us build the Nigeria of our dreams, as no nation on earth could take over 200 million of us if we allowed our country to collapse. Additionally, I drew courage from Mr. Igodalo's conviction that we have the required natural and human resources to create a functioning Nigeria. And I invite you to hold on to this conviction while playing our role in the sustainable development of our dear nation.
That's actually food for thought. Thank you for sharing, Aruna.
Thank you.
Praise. Let's talk about our first speaker series session with Mr. Babs Omotowa. How would you describe the experience?
Prior to the session, fellows had received copies of his phenomenal book from storeroom to boardroom. So I felt starstruck sitting in the same room as Mr. Babatunde Omotowa, the president of Nigerian Universities of Technology and Management, NUTM, and the former MD and CEO of Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas, NLNG. Mr. Omotowa's career path as a procurement officer in a storeroom in Shell, Nigeria, to CEO of NLNG, and subsequently a member of Shell's global upstream leadership team and vice president across 40 countries is truly inspiring. During his session titled People Makes the Difference, he taught fellows about 5 C's that leaders need to make visible impact in their choosing endeavors: their character, competence, context, community, and courage.
Impressive. The excitement from your response resonates with me as well. Following Mr. Babs Omotowa, we had the privilege of meeting Mr. John Komantaros, the chairman of Flour Mills of Nigeria. Haruna,
Shola.
what stood out for you during his session?
Mr. Komantaros shared invaluable lessons filled with anecdotes from his and his late father's lives, which was motivating to learn that although his family's first business in Greece shut down after the Second World War, his father founded Flour Mills of Nigeria in 1960, which now boasts of 19,000 staff strength across 14 states and over 10 subsidiaries in the country. A feat that Mr. Komantaros ascribed to the power of resilience and adaptability. He urged us to develop capacity and internal resilience so that external challenges will not dictate our progress in life.
Wow, that's a powerful story on resilience. Our local government tour to Kudan and Makarfi is worth talking about. Praise, what were the highlights of the tours for you?
The chairman of Kudan and Makarfi, Honorable Shuaibu Bawa Jaja, and Engineer Kabiru Mauzu Meyere, respectively, and their communities share a few things in common. Kudan and Makarfi are both agrarian, and both chairmen were re-elected for a second tenure. A major highlight of the tour was the commitment of both chairmen towards investing in human capital development of their people through education and economic interventions. Another lesson I learned about how both chairmen constantly strive to achieve a balance between governance and politics is that they listen and engage with the people and stakeholders in the communities. I believe these qualities help them to achieve significant successes.
Truly, nothing beats human capital development. Following the tours, we had a brown bag meeting with the Ministry of Health. Aruna,
Yeah, sure.
what did you learn from the session?
I learned about how the ministry leverages on collaboration in realizing its goals. The Honorable Commissioner of Health, Dr. Amina Mohammed Baloni, explained that the ministry collaborates with the private sector and international organizations in achieving its mandate of delivering quality healthcare services to all Kaduna State residents. It was amazing to note that the eradication of polio and guinea worm diseases in Kaduna State was one of the ministry's success stories, in addition to the recognition that the state had received for its management and control of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Collaboration definitely achieves results. Our second brown bag meeting was at the Kaduna State Contributory Health Management Authority. Prince, tell us about it.
Kashma provides access to quality, affordable, and sustainable health care for all residents of Kaduna State. The Director General of the agency, Malam Abubakar Hassan, gave insight into the enrollment process and the different provider payment mechanisms that Kashma adopts. The DG further stressed that quarterly routine checks, dedicated call centers, and enforcement units were put in place to ensure that healthcare providers give quality services to the enrollees of the scheme.
Thank you for sharing. Our second quarter seminar, titled The Good Society, was an enriching experience. Aruna, can you give us a summary of the 3-day event?
Sure. We studied and had in-depth conversations on the writings of age-long philosophers about human nature, development, liberty and equality, efficiency and community. It was surprising to experience how words written thousands of years ago still applies to our present-day reality. The discussions exposed our shortcomings as a people and buttressed our individual responsibilities towards building a good society. It was 3 days well spent.
3 days well spent. Thank you for staying with us to the end of this episode. You would agree with us that we had a knowledge-packed November. Kindly share this video with friends, subscribe to KIF channel, and follow us on all social media platforms to stay informed on all our activities. Until next time, bye.
Bye.